The 1990s gaming scene was packed with over-the-top violent shooters that didn't make a serious attempt at being more than toys. This changed with games like Half-Life in '98, showing peeps how it was done. Story, character, and world building all together. Perfection. This left behind a lot of other decent titles, with my favourite schlocky guilty pleasure being SiN, a first-person shooter running on the Quake 2 engine, released a few weeks before Half-Life. Along with being overshadowed by Valve's mega hit, the game was rushed in development, making SiN almost unplayable with a myriad of bugs and partially working mechanics, which, when patched, are highly impressive. Couple that with a fun story and an excellent soundtrack, and you've got one of my favourite titles of the genre. Set in the fictional American city of Freeport, you play as Blade, the commander of the city's security force, Hardcore. After a spate of mutant attacks and the rampant usage of the drug U4, it's revealed that this is the work of a biotech company, SiN and its leader, Alexis Sinclair, who has to be stopped before she takes over the world. Blade is a pretty fun protagonist. He's a hard-talking, one-liner spouting killing machine and manages to attenuate the over-the-top gameplay and tone. He's assisted by JC. No, not that JC. As his tech specialist, telling him where to go and what to do. There's frequent banter between the two as they shit-talk each other. It's a fun duo. Alexis herself steals each and every scene. She's an absurdly stacked feminine fatale dominatrix that wants to conquer the world. She's a great villain with plenty of diabolical speeches and innuendo-laced dialogue controlling people through her sex appeal. Well, that of 1998 graphical standards. Eesh. SiN has many comic book motifs to its levels and story, like each loading screen detailing what Blade's job is and the stakes at hand. Its constant violence and characters all point to a dev team that were fans of gritty graphic novels. This is most evidently seen in the allusions to my favourite comic book series, Judge Dredd. Blade, Freeport, Hardcore, this is all stuff ripped from the world of Mega City 1. The game has a really good soundtrack by Zach Balika that uses a highly original mix of electronic synth and industrial metal tracks. The abundance of them for each level is only more impressive. SiN's gameplay plays like many other shooters of the time. You spin around a large environment killing everything with a host of entertaining enemies and weapons. What's different is the level design and area-specific damage system. Unlike most shooters, including Half-Life, armor and health isn't pulled together, but differentiated based on the legs, torso, and head. This meant the player and the enemies take more or less damage for how protected they are. Unarmored, you can die very quickly, especially from tougher enemies. Once kitted up, you can tank huge amounts of damage. Because enemies follow the same system, headshots are far more effective than wailing away on their body. There's a host of animations for the different grunts. Shooting someone in the leg can make them fall over, and you can knock out their gun by aiming for their hand. They go a step further by having them shoot while on the ground or doing some melee attacks. It's a really neat touch that makes combat that much more interesting. While health and armor pickups are scattered across the levels, you'll largely rely on downed enemies dropping their supplies, but you have to be mindful. You can easily gib an enemy, losing their items, or blow away their armor value, making it unusable. Headshots become a necessity in order to grab additional gear intact. The weapons themselves are standard fun stuff. Your SMG and shotgun are always a good combo. Heavier gear like the chain gun and rocket launcher are great with their particle effects and feel. You can uncover more exotic weapons hidden across different levels, making their use infrequent. Other weapons like the harpoon gun are more for show, but a serious annoyance is the lack of ammo for some tools. Possibly, as a result of bugs or lack of tweaking, you barely get any ammunition for the chain gun. Enemies drop only a couple of rounds for a gun that eats through rolls of clips. This makes the entire gun essentially unusable, which is made really annoying since enemies will frequently use it against you. Meanwhile, you're always picking up rocket launcher ammo, making it a far more useful gun. The only solution I found was spawning the MG, whereby I could actually stock up and use the damn thing. These annoyances persist into a hefty chunk of the combat. There's a heap of hit-scan enemies that can kill you in mere moments, and all you can do is suck it up. In some levels, snipers are peppered throughout, and are inexcusably cheap. They can silently one-shot you before you can even respond, so you're gonna die a lot, completely ruining the levels. It's just the fucking worst. However, the combat of SiN isn't why I like it so much. It's the brilliant mission structure and level design that I adore. Taking some inspiration from Quake 2, you have different objectives and levels that flow between each one. But SiN adds various optional and secret objectives that they can alter or skip entire portions of the game. Going off the beaten path may net codes, supplies, or collectibles that can help completing a task or open up new ones. One level may opt for the player to hack a terminal, destroy a facility, or solve a simple puzzle, and much later you'll witness the after effects in gameplay or the environment. Security could be lowered, enemies would be less common, and areas can be devastated, making them more hazardous to traverse. The most apparent differences is that entire levels can be skipped by the player. These are often complex and well thought out stages that offer a huge variety of situations and combat encounters. One of the best stages of the game is where you fight through a nuclear silo, which can be totally missed. There are whole stretches of the game you could ignore or not even notice. I have played through multiple times and I'm still encountering new areas and pathways. It's fantastic stuff, offering further replayability. The environments themselves have a great level of interactivity. You can open cabinets, turn on faucets, and access computer terminals that work like a basic DOS program. It's almost seamless as you type out passwords and activate different systems. It's a really engaging hands-on touch and likely precursor to what appears in games like Doom 3. There's also a few brief vehicular sections which was very ambitious and new for the time, and it's quite telling with how garbage they control. While I absolutely love the level design of the game, even after numerous patches, levels still suffer from bugs and balancing undermining its creative design. Small issues include lacking sufficient ammo and health pickups to keep you going, cheap enemy placement, to more grievous problems, like objectives becoming uncompleted, impossible to do, or just bugged, like staying undetected. You just can't do it. While I love SiN, it often feels like missed potential with the plethora of faults and setbacks that stop what should have been one of the best shooters of the 90s among the ranks of Quake or Half-Life. It's really that good. Just be wary that you're buying a semi-functioning product. You have to manually cap the frame rate in the config file to reduce the amount of stuttering and broken sound effects. The resolution can only be tweaked through an end-glide wrapper. It's such a shit show. But if you're still willing to go through that, you're rewarded with a great pulpy game, which is one of my personal favorites that I happily recommend to any shooter enthusiast.